Oh my God! Wow!
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Yo, what is up, my bubbly boy? Back here in our video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different today. Today I'm gonna be doing a video on some Master Duel content. And no, I don't usually do Master Duel content, but this is a live twin emergency, right? So first and foremost, I know I have 7 gems, but let me explain why real quick. Last video I think I had like 7,000, 8,000 gems ish. I don't know. So what I did was I spent 2,500 for the Evil Twin accessory bundle for obvious reasons, because this is a live twin channel, so obviously you need that. And and then after that, out of the 20 packs, I think it was 10 or 20 packs, I don't know, but I got a two of the alt arts. I got the one Evil Twin key skill and the one Evil Twin Lila, right? So I got one of each of the alt arts, which is pretty insane to be honest. And I really wanted 2 of each, right? Because you know I always use 2 of each. So I was trying to pull one of each key skill and Lila, right? So unfortunately, I only got an extra key skill, and I didn't even know the old art Evil Twins got even a animation. If I knew this, I wouldn't have been trying to pull. I would do one of each, one of the old arts and one of the regular arts. So yeah, that's a lot of gems down the drain. I spent like 8,000 gems just to try to pull an extra 2 of the things, but all I got is with a bunch of URs. But you know, at least that's the URs. You know, at least I could use those URs, right? So yeah, today we're gonna be doing the Xyz and Link Festival. Since I'm not really high up in rank because I haven't played in a while, so I really lost a bunch of ranks. So we're gonna be doing some Xyz and Link event replays and be showing you guys how I did in this event. And let me just show you guys what a real deck looks like. You know what I mean? So in this event I am playing the one, the only, the best deck in the game. Live Twin Unchained. So this deck is absolutely insane, way better than Live Twin Sprite. For obvious reasons, it could play, it could make some way better boards. It could OTK way better. It's just a way better deck in all forms, basically. Like it's so good. It's so good. And then I can't explain it. I'm sorry, but this is insane. And I like people are not even over Live Twin Sprite. For this event, I think the sprites are limited, and then Sprite Elf is also limited. So why wouldn't you not play Unchained? Like this is way better, and then people are gonna be still playing Live Twin Sprite. Like when the button came out, people were playing Live Twin, and they were playing Live Twin Sprite. I thought we went over this already. I thought, do they not know my channel? Or haven't they not seen me? Bro, Live Twin. Oh, so sorry for the mic. I have I'm recording my PlayStation, so I need a wired mic. So this one is not the best quality, but still it gets the job done. So apologies for the lower mic quality, right? So anyways, I don't know where I was talking about, but yeah, we're gonna go into the deck list, and then after that we're gonna show you guys some replays, right? So first we have 3 copies of Lila, 1 key skill, 1 key skill Frost. This is basically mandatory for any Live Twin Unchained deck. You don't want to open up Evil Twin, the Live Twin key skill, and you want to open up Lila as much as possible because she gets you the Frost. You don't need a treat because you're not gonna be opening up key skill that much, right? And after that, for the Unchained stuff, we are playing 3 Charbars since it is legal in the Master Duel. And this is basically a great extender just in case they try to imperm one of your Evil Twins, right? So if you activate Key Skills effect and they try to go impermanent on that, because that's usually most likely your choke point, because sometimes they won't negate the Live Twin because you could just extend with it like Sunny Snitch or Secret Password. So what they'll do, they'll wait till you go Link Climb into Evil Twin. The Evil Twin key skill, Lila, whatever you start with. and then after that they're gonna wait for you to do that, and then after that what you're gonna do, you're gonna change Shavara on the effect of a key skill to pop it, and then summon the Shavara, and then summon the Lila back from grave since you dodged the imperm, and after that you can link the Shavara and the Lila into a Lila, right? And then after that you could just link climb all the way to Trouble Sunny, and then Trouble Sunny tribute yourself, and then summon the two twins back, and then remember Shavara sets a trap from deck, so you could pop the trap that you just set off a Shavar. So it's still the 2-card combo that you need for a deck, right? So it's basically the Evil Twins with the one live to monster, one Unchained Spell Trap, and this is a little bit of the better combo because it sets up a Griffin, right? Yeah, so you're gonna be seeing more of that combo in a bit, right? Oh, you only have 2 Aruha because honestly, Shavar does the same job but better, because it's a quick effect. So I only really think you need 2 Aruha. I didn't want to make a really heavy Unchained package because you don't really necessarily need it, right? So that's why I'm also cutting down on Rakia, right? This is like I'm a little bit testing how I feel about cutting the Rakia, but overall I might keep it that way because honestly I not need the Rakia. There's honestly a brick in the deck because there's another normal summon that you have in the deck that you do not want to draw with your live twins because it does not do anything in your hand whatsoever, right? You want to be able to have things that do something, right? So really the only brick in your deck is Sarama because you summon off the trap, and the traps can only summon from deck, right? So Sarama is basically the only monster in your like the monster in your deck that's really a brick, but there's still ways to actually play through that, right? And then after that, you have Sharma. Sharma is not really a brick because after you set something from grave, you could pop the Ruha, and Ruha summons from hand or deck. So it's still somewhat of a brick, but you prefer not to draw it, but it's still better than Sarama, right? And of course, you have 1 Abominable and Chain Soul. I do not play a Disaster. The TCT, you do have to play Disaster since you only have 1 Shavar, but since we have 3 Shavar, you don't need to play it, right? Now for the live and spells and traps, you have 3 Sunny Snitch, 1 secret password. You can bump secret password up to 2 if you choose to do so. I don't really think I really needed it because you still have things like Pot of Prosperity and stuff like that, tactics to draw into the cards you need, right? And then after that you have 1 Foolish Burial, 3 Abominations Prison, and then you have 2 Escape, 2 Abominable, and then you have the Pot Prosperity. You also have Wailing, right? So personally, I do feel like this is the better setup because Foolish Burial acts as both as a pop and a set, because you could either send a Shavar from your deck to grave to actually set a card, or you could actually send a Shyama in order to pop a card on the field, right? And what you could do also, if your live twin gets negated and you still have able to extend, you can send the key skill from your deck to grave, and you can still go into your evil twin plays. So Foolish Burial is really nice in this deck, and that's why I cut down on more of the Unchained Spells to traps, because you don't really need them because this acts as all 3 of those, all 3 things at once, right? So it's really insane. And then after that, you also have 3 triple tactics talents. The triple tactics thrust. This is more of your non-engine, so you have thrust, and then the targets for thrust are 1 Dark Ruler. You have 2 talents, and then you have, of course, that's it for the targets. Next, you have 3 Book of Eclipse. And remember, thrust is really good going first as well, because it sets you the traps from deck, so it's really insane. Next, you have 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Forbidden Droplet, and then 2 Called by the Wraith, right? Reason I'm not running D-Barrier or Evenly Match. I did want to run those, but unfortunately it was banned in this event, so I could not play it, right? Same thing with Maxi. That's the reason why you don't see Maxine here, because it is not legal in this event. So that's why I really like this event, because Maxi is not legal, and this deck just really shines not under Maxi, so that's why I chose to play this deck. And then of course for the X check, you have the 2 Evil Twins, and then 2 key skill to Lila. As you can see, I don't have the other altar Lila. Most likely I'm going to switch out one of these key skills for a regular key skill art, depending. But for just for this video, I just want to show you guys, I got the 2 Evil Twin key skills and 1 Evil Twin Lila altar. Then after that, we also have Unchained Soul of Rage. You only need 1 because it's only 1 that really ever comes up for me, in my opinion. It's just how you play the match well. If you play the match well, you don't really need 2. right? But what you do really need two of is two Soul Lord of Yama, right? This comes up a lot. There's a lot of times where you need to, especially when you have to like grab the Sarama back from grave, so that way you could set something and pop it, and then after that just use the effect to summon from deck. It's a lot. It's a lot of things you could grab from grave that you may really need, or from deck as well, right? So really, really important here. You also have things like Muckraker. Muckraker is really a really insane card, really, really mandatory in this deck. And also SP was banned in this event, so now we have to settle for Unicorn, right? This is our rage target, and this is still a still really good card, right? Still it's a link 3, which at least makes link summoning into Abomination a little bit easier on in the crackback. And then you also have Anguish, Unchained Soul of Anguish. This is basically break your opponent's board. Griffin also. This is what you set. This is what you set up after you have the Lila and key skill. No, you have to have a live twin plus a Unchained Spell Trap, right? And this is you set this up turn 1, right? And then after that you have Abomination, Unchained Abomination, and then you have one Trouble Sunny, right? And of course you have Typhon and DDD Wave Hiking Caesar. So personally, I do think this is the best deck for this event. Able to play through a bunch of hand traps, and even if they do hand trap, you can punish them with things like talents. It could break boards very easily. It could build boards very easily. And it could play a crap ton of non-engine, right? So I do think this is the best deck for this event, and I'm going to be showing you guys why in a bit. Let's hop right into the replays. Alright, so I don't want this video to be a little bit too long, because of course I don't really want to drag the video out with so many replays. So I'm just going to be showing you guys two simple replays, just to show you guys the real power of this deck. So one of them is going to be against Raid Raptor, which is we're going to go ahead and play now. This is more morely to demonstrate the combo of this deck. This is going to be displaying the combo in which you open up a live twin, any live twin monster, or any access to a live twin monster with any Unchained Spell Trap, or access to an Unchained Spell Trap. So things like Foolish Burial also work, right? So we go ahead and open our hand here. We open up Book of Eclipse, Abomination's Prison, Pot of Prosperity, Sunday Snitch, and Escape. So really, really nice here. So we're gonna go ahead and normal summon our live twin Lila. Live twin Lila is gonna activate effect summon our key skill. Then we're gonna go Abomination's Prison, and to search the Shavar. So the reason I did this here, let me pause this after this animation. Look at that beautiful thing. After that, why I grabbed the Shavar, it was because, just in case they tried to negate my key skill, because they didn't negate my normal summon, so I thought that was a little bit odd, so I think they were gonna hold it for my evil twins, or something like that. So if they were to negate my evil twins, which is the real choke point of this deck, basically what you would do, you would go Shavar, chain to effect, like let's say go Imperm on your evil twin, you go chain Shavar, and after that the Shavar will pop the key skill, and the key skill resolves them back to Lila, and you can link the Shavar with the Lila into the evil twin Lila, right? And then you just climb up into Trouble Sunny, and then after that you pop the spell trap you set off the Shavar in grave, right? So next after that we're gonna keep going here. Key skills to summon back Lila, so he has no hand traps here. I think he was playing the loner deck of Raid Raptor. So we're gonna just go ahead and summon that beautiful Lila, the beautiful alt art here. Let's go. And then after that, we're gonna summon back the key skill. Very, very nice here. I love that they added even the old art of the Evil Twin animations. Freaking nice. And after that, we're gonna link it to Trouble Sunny. And then next after that, we're gonna go Trouble Sunny effect. Tribute herself to summon back the two twins from grave. Okay, so we're gonna summon one twin, and we're gonna summon the other twin. All right. So we did not use Lila's effect yet, so we're going to use Lila's effect to pop the Escape. Escape is going to activate, summoning the Shavar from deck. Remember, it's that 3 in this game, okay? So this combo is pretty similar though, in terms of the TCG. We still end up on the same board in the TCG. You should have to add in the Unchained Soul Disaster into your combo, right? So we're going to go ahead and set from deck, and then add the Aruha, right? Normally if you already have a Aruha, we're going to add the Abominable as an extra interruption. So next after that, what we're going to do, we're going to use summon Sarama from deck. Sarama's going to set the Escape, pop the Aruha. Aruha's going to summon back Shayama. We're going to link the Shayama to get it engraved. So we're going to summon out the Unchained Soul of Rage. And then next after that, we're going to use Shayama to pop and then summon itself, right? Next after that, we could go Yama and then Sarama effect. Okay, so next, Sarama is going to summon back another Shavar, and then we're going to use Yama's effect to summon back the Triple Summoning from Grave. Really, really important here. They put it in this area, because now what we could do, we could use Shavar. Normally you want to put it in the middle though. I'll show you guys why in a bit. Because it does lose to Bestials, right? So next you're going to link, you're going to go summon Caesar, and then you're going to link the key skill, leftover key skill, and Rage into a Griffin, right? Very, very strong board right here. And if you open up exclusively going second cards like Dark Ruler, you can discard it off of Griffin, which is really, really nice. That's why I really like the deck for going second, because even if you open up going second cards, you could simply just discard it anyway. So really, really nice here. So we get a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interruptions on board already. So we have the escape. We have the Griffin, which is basically a floodgate. We have the key skill, the Evil Twins that could both pop and draw a card. We have the Abominable that could summon back the Rage, which not can only remove a card on field. It can also remove an additional card because it summons SP, and then remove an additional card because it is SP's second effect. So that's 3 cards in one. And then of course you have the DDD Wave Hiking Caesar that could negate two things, right? And of course you have any other non-engine you have in hand. So basically, if you have stuff like Book with Clips or Call by the Grave, is game over for your opponent. It does not matter what they have; they simply just can't play this board. So he's gonna go Foolish for the Mimicry, and Mimicry is gonna add the Bloom Vulture. And Bloom Vulture basically summons 2 from hand, I believe. So I didn't want him to get access to that, so I just use Caesar to go ahead and negate that. I guess it didn't really matter anyways, because you have still Griffin on board. Which basically can't do anything, and since all your things are linked is insane, right? And then after that, he's just gonna go ahead and summon Tribulanius. We're gonna go ahead and summon the Rage from the Grave, and that's it. They can't do anything against this deck. This deck is freaking insane, and you thought Sprite was good, bro. Imagine thinking Sprite was good, but can Sprite set up that? Can Sprite set up all those negations? Can Sprite set up an unstoppable board? Can Sprite OTK that fast with all those high attack points? I don't think so. You have to be running things like Gamma Burst that you really don't need to run in this deck. But every monster here is a built-in Gamma Burst. Their going second potential is insane. It's just, I don't know how you guys think Sprite is better than this. Like, bro, seriously. I mean, no offense. I'm not saying it in an offensive way. I'm just saying Unchained is way better. That's all I'm gonna say. In my opinion, Unchained is way better. But you guys can do whatever you guys enjoy. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm not judging you guys or anything. So yeah. Let me just show you guys the grind game. More of like a grindish game. This replay was more of 9 turns. And I ended up going second against Trap Tricks, right? So Trap Tricks is a really insane deck in the XYZ Festival, XYZ and Link Festival, because they only use XYZ and Links, and it's a really, really strong deck going first, right? Going second is not that good, so you have to run things like even match in the main, but overall, it's actually really, really nice deck here. So we end up going second here, so which is really unfortunate, because Trap Tricks is a scary board, not gonna lie. And we only end up drawing Tactics as our only going second option, so we really need to hope we draw into something that is really good going second, right? So next after that, we could go ahead and go into Sarah. Let me speed this up here real quick. He goes, Mermelio searches the Gravedigger Trap Hole, which is insane against my deck. So unfortunately, this is gonna suck here. So we could go ahead and draw into a Shavar. We go Lilith on back Kisco. He goes Floodgate Trap Hole in order to flip our Kisco face down, so we basically can't use that no more. Next, we're gonna go Talents to take, since he uses that Sarah's effect, so that's perfect. That way he can't set an additional card from deck, just in case if he uses any of his Trap Tricks effects. Next after that, he's gonna go Gravedigger's Trap Hole on our Ruha and then inflict 2,000. So that doesn't do a lot of damage, surprisingly. So it's really good into time if you're playing in TCG. So next after that, we go ahead and go Shavar effect, pop the escape, and we go ahead and go grab ourselves an Abominable, right? Oh, sorry. And after that, Abominable is going to go ahead and pop some of his stuff. So after that, he does attempt to go for a Nightmare Trap Hole to negate that effect. And next after that, we go ahead and go link ourselves into a Muckraker, because we could not go link into a a Yama because we do not have two fiends on grave. The Sarah was a plant, and then the Lila was a Cybers, and the Unchained Shavar was the only fiend on our field. So I really wanted to go Muckraker here, so we could summon a fiend from grave, so we could go into Yama and do some plays there, right? So you go ahead and go attempt to summon back the Arua, but he ends up ghost spelling the Muckraker, which is really unfortunate. It really hurt my my ability to play. So what I just end up doing is passing turn here. It's actually attacking over the Murmelio. It does get protected by the field spell, and then we end up passing turn here. Next he goes ahead and uses the field spell effect to summon back the Sarah from grave. And next after that he gets an additional normal summon as well, summon the Diana to summon a Traptrix from grave. Now the Traptrix Pudica is going to banish my Shavar, but until next standby phase. So I do get it back in this next standby phase, unless he somehow like summons it back to his field, right? Or with like something like Alamaris or something like that, or Pudica, Pingricula or something like that. I don't remember what it was that summons something to your side of the field, right? So he goes Xyz into Rafflesia. And he goes Xyz. I thought this was about to be another Rafflesia, but he summons Alamaris here, right? I thought he would be using the effect to summon another thing from grave, but I guess not. So he goes ahead and goes Alamaris here to go ahead and attack all my stuff and attempt to pass turn, right? Oh no, never mind. He had nothing grave to summon back anyway. So next way I end up doing, I getting to draw into a Abomination's Prison, which is really insane, and plus like the Shavar. So this was an absolute destiny draw here. So basically if I just had a Ruha, I wouldn't be, I mean I wouldn't technically be screwed. I would still be able to play, but and he ends up going like Floodgate here to set my Shavar, so it's kind of unfortunate. So next after that, what we end up doing here, we go Abomination, grab the Shavar. Next after that, we go ahead, I should search it after just in case if you would negate this, but you know, it's alright. We still ended up playing pretty well this game. So we go ahead and chain he chains Gravediggers to negate my Aruha, and then we chain the Shavar to pop the Shavar in our field, right? So that's another 2,000. So we end up getting our life points pretty drained out very quickly. So we only have 2,800 left, so this is really big danger zone right here. Next he goes Pudica to banish my Shavar. He goes Alamaris to summon the Shavar back to his field, right? So this is what I was talking about. So now I can't even get my Shavar back next standby phase, which is really unfortunate. So next I just have to set up a set, Arua, and pass, and hopefully I do not die this turn. So he goes to Adipus here. Adipus gives everything extra 1,000 attack points. So he goes ahead and attacks over my Arua. Arua is going to summon back Shyama. The reason I summon Shyama is because I wanted to set it up in grave for follow-up, right? So he ends up, I just noticed my life points is low, so I go ahead and go Abominable, summon back the Shavar, and then Shavar is going to set something from deck. So that way I do have a nice setup for the Shyama play here, right? So he goes into Zeus here after this. So, yeah, very scary board. Next he goes ahead and summons Holotea, then banishes the Shavar with his field spell and summons back the Rafflesia. So now all his Traptrix stuff are protected by targeting and destroyed effects, I believe, right? Or is it unless this card has a material? I don't remember. But I end up drawing into a Thrust. Oh, my bad. We do end up drawing to a Thrust, which is really nice here. So what I really wanted to do was bait out his Zeus, that way I could Thrust for a Talents or something like that, something I could actually use to play, or something like a Secret Password in order to go into my Evil Twins, right? So next what I'm going to do here, we go Wailing Effect. He goes Ash Blossom, so really nice here, because now we have our Thrust turned on, right? So we're turning nothing into something here. So actually we're going ahead and go Talents for Thrust. I mean, Thrust for Talents, right? And next, I use Talents here. I was supposed to take the Zeus. Okay, listen, I was supposed to take the Zeus, bait out his Zeus, or I take it and then use its effect to wipe the whole board. Okay, that would have been the easy claps right there. But instead, my dumb self has to misclick and press draw 2 instead. So I have to hope I draw something good here. So I end up drawing the most perfect hand possible, the perfect draw possible. I'm telling you, the power of God and anime was on my side right here, because I drew into Dark Ruler and Lila. What kind of perfect hand is that? So we get to negating his whole Zeus play and all of that. So that was my main concern here. So we end up negating his Zeus. And after that, we go ahead and North and Lilla. And since we already used the Evil Twins earlier, we could go straight into the Evil Twin Lilla. And after that, go ahead and summon something back from grave. So we get to summon back our Kisko from grave. Then after that, we go ahead and go Kisko. Kisko's gonna link it to the Evil Twin Kisko. Kisko's gonna summon back the Lilla, and we get to pop a card on field. So obviously, we're gonna pop the Zeus our opponent controls. How he can't use that in the next turn. So really, really nice here. We could just went to Trouble Sunny attack over anyways and pop the field spell, which I think would have been a better play. But this is still okay because we still have Trouble Sunny. I just wanted to bait out anything he could do, so fortunately we didn't bait out anything. I knew I couldn't do any damage. I knew I couldn't destroy anything by battle because of the field spell. So yeah, I haven't played Trap Tricks in a while. So so I'm not really too familiar with it, what it does now. But this is actually a really crazy draw. Another crazy draw being Forbidden Droplet, because we can actually use this here, right? So what we can actually do, we could actually link the two Evil Twins into a Yama, right? Yama is gonna go ahead and grab the Shavar that was back in our graveyard to our hand. And next after that, we can set the Droplet, pop it with the Shavar, and summon the Shavar, right? Next we can link into the Anguish, my bad. We could go link into the link 3, which is Anguish, and then Anguish is gonna go ahead and link with our opponent's monster. But we also have the Shavar that we can activate. You can use Anguish here to link with our opponent's monster and go straight into Abomination. This is gonna do nasty stuff to his board. So you're gonna go straight into Abomination, and then Abomination here is gonna go ahead and pop his Rafflesia, right? So next up, that we still have a Abominable Chamber and a Shavar that Abomination that we still have on field, which is really, really, really nice here. So it ends up going Garden, some back to Rafflesia, Sarah. Next after that, Mantis ends up activating, search some Myrmelio. And after that, we get to set another Gravedigger's Trap hole from deck. And if she summons Myrmelio, Myrmelio is going to grab Hole Trap. So he ends up grabbing a Chain Hole. And next after that, we get to Xyz right into our copy of Pinguicula, right? So it ends up passing turn on this here, since he really can't attack over anything. So I end up just popping the Pinguicula, since it is not only my end phase, it also activates on either phase end phase. So we end up drawing here. It doesn't really matter anything that we draw. We could have went straight into our Evil Twin stuff again, but I thought something a little bit better would be to go into Abominable Chamber, summon back the Abominable Chamber, Abominable Unchained Soul. I don't think you were able to. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was able to activate Gravedigger Trap. I'm not 100% sure. But we go ahead and summon Abominable. Abominable gets to go ahead and pop a card on field. And since I did activate Trap, he gets to summon Trap Tricks from deck, but it does not matter whatsoever. So next after that, we get to go ahead and pop, and then gets to pop another card, right? Next we attack directly for 6,000. And after that, we move to end phase, which end phase Unchained Abomination pops another card on field, right? So next after that, he just goes ahead and draw, and he can absolutely do nothing. He does not have a play in his hand that he was able to draw. So we end up turning nothing. We ended up turning a game that we were not supposed to win into something that we actually end up winning in the end. So this deck is absolutely crazy. I bet Sprite could not do this at all. I'm pretty sure Sprite could not have won this match, but surprisingly, Unchained Live Twins did. So this just goes to show that Live Twin Unchained just gets the job done. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Peace.